whole bundle of fun. Yeah, yeah. When this flower bed's up in my head, it's where I'll be spending my time. And the she'll go where the warmth beats the cold. And at the last moment I said to Chaz, you know what bro, we've got nothing to lose. Let's sell everything we got here, including like our electric guitars. Let's take our acoustic guitars, let's go to Cape Town, let's get jobs there instead of in odd places around the world, because we both have always wanted to come to Cape Town. And then what we'll do is we'll just play shows on the odd weekend, you know, just for fun. Just you and me, like we write the songs in the lounge. We just write some tracks, we go play them, have a good time. For the first 2 weeks we just drove around the peninsula because we knew nothing about Cape Town. We just looked for venues that seemed like they would have live events or they would like live music, you know, and we phoned, I mean, we had 3 pages full, you know, and the 2 places when we drove around the peninsula a couple of times, the 2 places that we said we have to do while we're down here is Barazza in Camps Bay and Kirstenbosch Gardens, which thank the Lord we got to do both, which was amazing. Was we eventually when we phoned guys and they said, okay, yo, we do have music here or whatever. We said, great, can we come around and see you? And every place we went and we spoke to them. I mean, surprisingly, we didn't even bring our guitars, do you?
No, you didn't at all.
Because most of the other venues we actually went in with like 2 guitars and just sat down and said, yeah.
The 2 of you was quite dynamic. In that the first time you guys ever came to me to start playing at the Armchair, you walked in the door and we had a conversation. And it was just through that conversation that I immediately gave you a whole lot of, you know, like I think it was a run on Wednesdays or something like that. And I never ever do that with other bands.
Yeah,
so.
The Armchair, Cole, just to mention, was our favourite place in Cape Town to jam at. We enjoyed it so much here, and like I've said it to you before, it's possibly because it was treated like a theatre and the people came in and they listened to the music. I mean, they got it just as involved as anywhere else. But the other places, it's very much a bar environment.
That's pretty much what I used to find it, yeah. So people came here to listen to the music, or wherever they did see her, they listened.
We were able to grow into ourselves. The audience in Cape Town gave us so much, like so much confidence, and installed so much belief within ourselves that like it just grew and grew and grew, and we felt like we could do anything.
Well, we'd pretty much been here for 6 years, and we'd never really had, besides a few bootleg recordings, which no one really knows about. We'd never kept a record of what we'd done here, so we could never leave here after 6 years and show anyone what we'd done. And we decided in the last month before we sold the place to put something down. And I remember mentioning to you there were a few options we had because we put together quite a nice month. And we decided on you guys because it pretty much encapsulated what we intended the place to be right from the beginning. We thought that if we filmed that, that would be the most accurate representation of what our 6 years at the Armchair had been. Yeah.
It was good times, yeah. I mean, I think every event that we've gotten involved with, we've always pushed the limit for ourselves. We've always come away from it going, yes, there's so much we learned, and we can do better next time.
For you guys, like, it felt like I don't know, from my side, like giving them giving the audience something extra special.
You really get the feeling like everybody connected on a personal level. Like it stems so much deeper than just like being entertained. But so much, something happened that night. Something happened for us and for them, and everyone left better for it.
But every single gig we did was just a complete highlight. And there wasn't one gig where we walked away going, oh, that wasn't. You know, every single gig just got bigger and.
When I met Chaz, Chaz, he was very, very introverted and almost like kind of just closed in afraid of the world.
He never even would say a word to anyone.
No, he was, and I used to play some serious jokes on this guy to loosen him up because I mean, like pranks, you know, because he needed to be loosened up, you know. And I remember the one day I said to him, Chaz, one thing is undeniable. You're brilliant. You're really, really good on your guitar. That is undeniable. Okay, can we question that? No, we can't question that. Okay, I will buy you a McDonald's #1. You know, that was his favorite. #1. If at our next show you get down on your knees when you're playing your lead in Witch's Pantry, which was just like, because we used to be this rock band. And I said, when you get down on your knees. And he got down on his knees, and the crowd went so ballistic, and Chaz's face just went, and he was like, well, that's real easy. Like, dude, like, because I mean, you know, the funny thing is, you know, people say they ask me like, it must be so difficult for you because Chaz is in the music that you're listening to all the time and playing on a weekly basis. He's in photographs everywhere in the newspaper, so you constantly must be thinking about him. And I said, you're right, I am constantly thinking about him, but it's the weirdest thing because whenever I think about Chaz, even though sometimes I want to just look at a picture and just like mourn him, like I just want to sob, you know, I don't. I look at a picture and I think about some funny story that happened years back, and I have a good laugh about it, and I just feel like he's there laughing with me, you know.
I've never been more terrified on stage than with Chaz jumping. He would just become like this pogo stick.
We should have seen him 10 years ago.
You know, when I have a moment when I'm not singing, I lean back into the guitar and I'm just strumming away, and Chaz is like spinning. Like his cord, I remember, was actually like winding up his leg. And he was just spinning and his hair was just going like this. And he was still hitting all his notes perfectly. And
he was very good at doing that.
I thought, like, yes! Like the boys, he's going mad. I thought he was going to fall over. Luckily he didn't.
What amazed me about Chaz was that something I remember walking up to him after one gig and going, yo, bro, you really amazed me that gig because the amount of acrobatics that you did.
And he would still play it accurately, absolutely accurately.
I was like, wow.
Yeah. But one of the funniest memories I think I have of it was we were playing a gig. I can't remember where it was, but I remember we were jamming it out. And Chazzy comes over to me. You know, he's sweating and he's just, you know, you remember what Chaz is like. He'd be in the moment and like his guitar's going. He comes over to me with this like really intense face. He's like, "Hey man, can I jump off your drum?" And I'm like jamming away. I'm like, and I'm just like, fuck, this crowd's going mad. Go for it. He's like, climbs onto my bass drum, just does this massive leap up into the air with his guitar, like still strumming.
Wasn't this at Herschel?
But it was also like you could see, like it was just a very obvious thing. Like, I mean, when, you know, especially, you know, you and Chaz kind of on stage, you could see like the energy that was going into the music, and you could see that it was coming from a good place, and you could see that it was like you guys were like honest about your music.
I don't think he wants to be remembered with like a knot in your stomach. Yeah. He wants to be remembered with like a laugh. He wants to know that every time you think of him, you think, good time, man. Good time.
Yeah, I can't wait now. Well, for piece of you and me twine, my illusions are magnificent.